Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 18 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge. Glad you made it. You made it to the weekend. It's Friday night here, and I was agonizing over what to talk about tonight and had lots of ideas and thought I'd do it this afternoon and put it off and put it off and put it off and realized I had no idea of what I wanted to do. And then I literally just thought about this idea, so we'll see how it goes. But what do you guys do when you've got a project that's due? Maybe it's for school, maybe it's for work, maybe it's for something you're doing that's for real. You're getting paid, and what do you do when you cannot figure out what to do? So that's what I want to talk about tonight: is finding inspiration and what some things that I do to kind of help get out of that writer's block or designer's block. So let me jump on the live real quick on my phone just in case there's some comments here. I'll be able to see you guys. Hope things are going well. Hope you had a great week. Excited to be here tonight. And also, you'll notice I've got another camera set up tonight, kind of refining this whole Facebook Live thing. And really happy with this layout so far. I think it looks kind of sharp, at least the best that it's looked so far. Still kind of playing with it, but let me know what you think, if this looks good, if this is working good. I'm trying to find my live feed. It's not showing up. There it is. Awesome. And I'm going to like it. There we go. All right. So anyway, so finding inspiration, what do you do when you're stuck, when you're jammed up, and how do you get out of that funk? So one thing that I thought about was just looking at other magazines and other resources. You see it. I've got a handful of books back here. When they're all unboxed, I've got enough to fill probably like 4 of those shelves. I've got tons of books. I love books. I know I've said that just about in every live cast that I do, but books is honestly a great way to get out of a funk, especially magazines, just kind of seeing what's current. So speaking of that, here is a bin of industry magazines and catalogs and stuff. And so usually what I'll end up doing is anytime I go to like a trade show, in this case this is from SHOT Show in Las Vegas, I went through like as many booths as I could and grabbed all kinds of pamphlets and flyers and just anything I could get my hands on that was cool looking, that inspired me, that in this case you can't feel it, but it's got a really cool, almost like a sandpaper texture to it, and then glossy finish on part of it. So that was really inspiring. It just felt cool. So this is like basically a magazine, but for products. And so it was cool to see how this company handled their product layout. And just, on and on and on. I've got a ton of these. Even to like this, this company, they actually put it in a plastic kind of bag here and then put this cool little wrap around it. And then inside of it is super cool poster. It folds out with all their products on one side. I don't even remember what's on the other side. Anyway, but cool. I don't know, just something different. Just something that's not a standard piece of paper size, that's just unique and original and packaged really cool. And I could go on and on. I mean, like I said, I've got a whole bin full of these kinds of things. And so what I would encourage you guys to do is to start building up your own library, your own resources for things whenever you get a chance. Maybe see something that inspires you, whether it's a simple brochure somewhere or you actually seek out different trade shows. So let's say you start working with, I know yesterday we talked about how I've got some dentists and some audiologists and some different people like that. So actually going and looking at their trade shows and seeing what other people in the industry are doing. And at the same time, I would also avoid those completely, because what would happen is just because you're seeing what the other industry is doing doesn't mean it's the most creative or the most inspirational thing you could be using. So for example, you guys know that I work at a gun company right now, but basically I didn't look to other gun companies. I didn't look to other people inside the industry. Like right now I've got all these magazines from all of that, but before I even looked at those, before I even kind of polluted my mind with that, I was looking at things like the X Games and Red Bull and the Olympics and just random stuff, people doing the best of the best, the top companies, Nike and Hurley and Billabong and all those kinds of surfing brands and just anybody and everybody that I thought was creatively, artistically pushing the envelope. And so that's how I found inspiration, really, was looking at those kinds of things and not just looking at other people in our industry. So That being said, as far as tonight's live cast, I'll keep it kind of short. It's a Friday night and this year have questions. But I mean, really, it's really important to know that your greatest asset as you're rolling into your industry is your mind. And so I used to tell my students all the time, like, if you don't have an idea, you're stuck. So you could have, you could have your ideas are gold, right? You could, in this case, you can't really see them back there, but I've got notebooks on the shelf filled with ideas and things that are important to me. And so let's just say the technology changes drastically. Let's just say that, over time, I don't have the skills anymore, whether it's the coding changes or the programming gets more complicated, or, I used to use ActionScript back in the day, and now it's basically a lost art. I mean, they still use it a little bit, but like what I learned, ActionScript 2.0 is basically like, for what I do in a day, I do a lot more WordPress stuff. I don't do ActionScript at all. So I've almost completely forgotten it. So all that to say, let's say I had an idea that would require something like that. I can find somebody to help me out. I can outsource it or whatever it takes to get the job done. But if you don't have that idea, you're stuck. So like tonight, I took the time to set up the camera and, kind of dialing in the mic and just kind of playing with this new setup and really excited to be like, okay, we're going to do a tutorial. We're going to teach you guys something. I was like, shoot, I don't know what to teach tonight. I don't know what I want to show you guys. I feel like I've been in Photoshop a ton. I feel like if you've come to the boot camp, I've shown you a bunch of tips and tricks. And so I just kind of felt stuck tonight. Like I was like, I don't really know what I want to show you tonight. So what kind of got me out of the funk, I don't really honestly know, other than I was looking at my bookshelf for ideas. I was looking and then I saw this bin of stuff. And I was like, I should just talk about inspiration in general. So I hope that helps somebody out, but I would just say as much as you can, like start your own collection, whether it's a digital collection, whether you're taking screenshots of websites that inspire you, or you're saving bookmarks, or maybe you're using Evernote or notes, or, however you save ideas, make sure you start to create a library of things that inspire you and things that'll help keep you on track and help get you back up and running quicker so you don't waste a bunch of time stuck trying to figure things out. So I hope that helps somebody. And let me just take a quick look again, see if there's any questions. I don't think there's any questions tonight. I know I'm kind of rolling a little bit late, and I know it's also tough when we don't plan these lives. It's something I'm learning to do better in this challenge. So let's, I'll confirm a time. I got to double check with my wife and the calendar and the family calendar, but let's loosely plan on about 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll do another live. So that's, UTC -6, I think is what we decided it was, but we'll do 1 p.m. my time tomorrow, and we'll do a live, and we'll get some cool tutorials and some sort of tip and trick going on, and that way we can get some live interaction tomorrow. So if not, though, I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I hope the weather has been awesome. It was sunny today here, broke 60 degrees, so we went golfing for the first time. The course was open for the second day, so had some fun today. Took my daughter out golfing. We had a blast. So anyway, guys, hope you have an awesome weekend. Don't forget, you can follow me at dmitchelldesign on Instagram, as well as that new YouTube channel I've got rocking. And I appreciate you guys, your feedback, and thanks for watching. Have a great night.